The Indiana Hoosiers just got massive game-changing news in their win in Iowa City against the Hawkeyes. Let's talk about it. My name is Aaron with my buddy Paul. We are the Big Ten guys on the daily, pushing out Big Ten content, news, rumors, analysis, whatever the heck it is, Big Ten. We're talking about it right here, except UCLA, because they're still dog water losing to Northwestern. Beside the point, big win for the Hoosiers in Iowa City against a tough Iowa team, tough defensive Iowa team. So we got to jump right into it. What is the good? What are the things that need to get buttoned up before the big game against Oregon? A lot of things to talk about, a lot of good things to talk about. So let's jump right into it. First and foremost, big win, 20-15. The only reason it ended up being 15 was Mendoza said, hey, I don't need all these rushing stats. I'm just going to run backwards into the end zone to get a safety. Hey, you got to do what you got to do, secure the win. Cignetti didn't look too happy about it, but it is what it is. So we jump into it. First and foremost, I think a lot of people are going to say Fernando Mendoza, not a great game passing. Well, let me tell you this. As someone who is, obviously not me, Fernando Mendoza, as of odds-on favorite right now to win the Heisman. Let me tell you a Heisman-defining moment. You're going to have games like this, especially against a tough Iowa Hawkeyes defense, a tough defense, where your back's against the wall and you have to make plays to win the game. You have to have a defining moment. And in this game, what that was after he threw that interception, the pocket collapsed, well, it imploded. He ends up essentially getting pressured, about to be sacked, throws it, ends up getting picked off by, I believe, the safety. And then right there, that's where it's like, oh, this is going downhill real quick. Iowa misses the field goal. Huge defensive stand by the Hoosiers. Again, a lot of people not giving enough credit to the Hoosiers defense, only allowing 13 points. Huge. Regardless, Mendoza comes back out, poised, and hits his guy, Elijah Surratt, tried and true wide receiver, going to have a great NFL career. And those two literally get him down the field, score a beautiful touchdown on 3rd and 10, and in that moment said, I mean business. I'm legit. As well, in those 13 passes that he had some great completions, again, on a very, very tough defense. But that play, that drive right there should show people, should show college football, Fernando Mendoza is not a guy continuously to sleep on. He is not underrated. The man has poise. He has ice in his veins, and he can drive down the field and win a game for the Indiana Hoosiers. That is huge. That is game-changing. Again, there are a lot of quarterbacks in college football that aren't going to be able to do that. Let's be real. Drew Aller last night could not do it. In overtime, very first, threw a pick. Again, things happen. But Fernando Mendoza stepped up, in my opinion, in his leadership, in his gameplay. It puts him a notch up when you're able to bring your team in a hostile environment down the field with less than 2 minutes to win the game. That is huge. That is huge. So first and foremost, comment below. Tell me your thoughts on that. But we look at the stats. Mendoza, statistically, not a great game. But again, if you watch the game, you realize the man was balling. He was fighting for his life. It was great to watch, especially with that last drive. Hemby had a good job in the backfield. Remember, obviously, BB gone as well. So got the most of his touches. Elijah Surratt showing why the man is an All-American, why he is great, and as I said earlier, he is going to have a great career in the NFL. I'm glad that he came with Cignetti from James Madison for the Hoosiers. He is incredibly fun to watch, but him as well, stepping up at the end of the game, showing, hey, we're not going down without a fight. We are not the Indiana Hoosiers that people think we are. We are a different team in the sense of decades of, oh, they're just going to roll over. Oh, they're not that good. Oh, this, oh, that. No, the culture is shifting in Bloomington. I can see it. I'm a Michigan State fan. I see it. But does the rest of the country see it? Who the heck knows? As well, we look down. Another big thing I need to touch on is Nico. 2 for 2 in field goals, which is huge. 46, his longest. That was big. That was really big. Again, Stevens for Iowa was only 2 of 3. The one he missed, not ideal, but then as well, Nico hitting the one at the end of halftime or at the end of the first half to tie the game was big. But again, the game-changing things to take out of this game is Fernando Mendoza not cowering in a moment where they needed him most, him and Elijah Surratt. That is huge, and that is huge when you still have games on the docket that are going to be tough for this Hoosiers team. So we jump into that schedule real quick, and we know they have a bye week, and then they play Oregon, and then they got Penn State down the road. You notice I'm a Michigan State fan. I skipped over Michigan State. Sure, that could be a tough game, maybe, but I have Indiana for sure winning that game. So you still have Oregon. You still have Penn State. Fernando Mendoza, big win. Indiana Hoosiers, big win in Iowa City. Can they get another one in Eugene? Can they get another one in Happy Valley? I think this team is here to surprise a lot of people, and they mean business. And I think a lot of people aren't taking them serious. Case in point as well, last week, Illinois did not take them serious. But some other good news. So that's a big news for the Hoosiers. Some other big news for the Hoosiers, though, as well, that we got to jump on is the fact that they beat Illinois, obviously, last week. Illinois just had a great game. If you watch that with USC in Champaign, they end up winning on a last-second field goal. Illinois did. And they killed Illinois. They murdered Illinois. I believe the cops were called on the Indiana Hoosiers for absolutely murdering Illinois, because it was tough. It was rough. But the reason that's good as well is, hey, USC is a good football team, and Illinois beat them. It kind of gives you a barometer of where Indiana is. Solid. And they're getting into that harder part of the schedule, or they're kind of coming out of it, going to an easier part, and then back into Penn State. So obviously Illinois, Iowa, Oregon, tough. Even Michigan State, I'm going to tell you, in Bloomington, tough. If you want to send me tickets, I'll come to the game. I can't promise you I'm going to cheer for the Hoosiers. If you send us 2 tickets, my buddy Paul will cheer for the Hoosiers. So we'll come to the game. We'll come tailgate. We'll come have fun. If you want to send me tickets, email me below, or just, comment below. We'll text or something. But I would love to. I've never been to a game in Bloomington. Never been. The only thing I can remember is watching on TV the guy who's shirtless swinging a shirt. It turns in one guy, and then it's like 10 guys, and then it's 20 guys, and then it's like 200 guys. Hilarious, if you remember that from years back. But anyways, I'm very high on the Hoosiers. Very, very high. And this game, if anything, though Iowa's not having a great year, and I think Iowa's better than a lot of people think. Defensively, they are always a solid team with Phil Parker at the helm at D coordinator. I think what you need to take out of this is backs to the corner against a good defense. Mendoza, Surratt, this offense, this defense, step it up. They step it up. That needs to be what's taken from this game. That game-changing mentality, instead of rolling over, but saying, hey, we got business to take care of, let's go take care of it. That is huge for the Hoosiers. That is not the Hoosiers of old, before Signetti. It's not. Allen, yeah, sure, he had some good years. But different culture, baby. Different culture, different team. Excited for him. Comment below, tell me what you think. Would love to hear from you guys. We'll talk later. Hit the sub button on the way out, Hoosiers fans. Peace.